All right, welcome back. We're going to do example 3 and example 4 in this video to finish up this set of notes. So example 3 says to write a quadratic equation, this time for a horizontal parabola, when the vertex is at 2, 3, and it passes through the point 5, 7. So we did one just like this, except this time it's horizontal instead of vertical. So step 1, what's the information you're given and which equation will you use? Well, this time we're given that it's horizontal. And again, we're given a vertex. Okay, so we will be using the horizontal vertex form. All right, so if we recall, the horizontal vertex form is x equals a times y minus k squared plus h. So same thing as vertical, except your x and y and your h and k have now switched places. So for step 2, we need to substitute and simplify. So again, our starting point is x equals a times y minus k squared plus h. Now we need to plug in what we know. Well, all we really know right now is our vertex. So our h and our k is 2, 3. That's hk. However, we need to be careful this time because this is a horizontal parabola. So we need to make sure our h and our k go with it where they're supposed to go. So if we plug in, we get x equals a times y. K is 3. Okay, so k is 3, so it's minus 3 squared, and h is 2, so that's plus 2. Okay, we need to do the same thing we did for example 2. We are going to borrow the point 5, 7 to solve for a. Okay, so we have x and y here. So we have 5 equals a times y is 7 minus 3 squared plus 2. So let's solve this out and see if we can get a by itself. So we get 5 equals a, 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So that's a 16 or 16a plus 2. Subtract 2 on both sides. So we get 3 equals 16a. The last thing we need to do is divide by 16 on both sides. This isn't going to be a pretty number. So we can just leave it as a fraction and we get 3 over 16 is our a value for this one. Okay. So we can't really convert a horizontal vertex form into standard form because we're going to end up with y squareds if we do that. Standard form has x squareds. So really, guys, for this one, all we're going to do is plug this a back in and call it a day. So if we plug it back into our horizontal vertex form, we get x equals, our a value is 3/16, y minus 3 squared plus 2, and that's your answer for example 3, because we cannot convert to standard form. All right, we have one more example to do. So go ahead and flip it over to example 4. Okay. So example 4 says to write a quadratic equation for a vertical parabola with x-intercepts of -1, 0, and 5, 0. So that means p is equal to 1, q is equal to -1, q is equal to 5. Okay. And it passes through the point 621. Okay, so what information are we given and which form will we use? Well, anytime we're given x-intercepts, you should automatically know that we're going to use intercept form. Okay. Again, which is our intercept form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. So now for step 2, we're going to plug in what we know. So we know y equals, we don't know an a this time. Last time it gave it to us. But we do know our p and our q. So we know that p is 1, negative 1, excuse me. So it's x minus p. So it's x minus a negative 1. So that turns into x plus 1. Q is 5. So it's x minus 5. Okay. Just like we did for the other 2 examples, anytime you're given a point, this should be a key that you're going to have to plug in those 2 points somewhere. So if you end up not plugging those in, you're missing a step here. So anytime it gives you a point, it's not just giving it to you for fun. It's giving it to you because you need to use it. So keep that in mind. So we don't know our a value this time. So we're going to have to borrow the point 621 to solve for a. So here we go. Y is 21. So we get 21 equals a. X is 6. So 6 plus 1 times 6 minus 5. So we get 21 equals a times 7 times 6 minus 5 is 1. So 21 equals 7a. Divide both sides by 7, so we get 3 is our a value. Okay, now plug this a value back into our equation. So we have y equals 3 times x plus 1 times x minus 5. Now we can go ahead and FOIL and convert to standard form. So let's FOIL this guy out. So we get y equals 3. Save that 3 till the end. So just go ahead and FOIL and then save the 3 till the end. It'll be a little bit less complicated if you do it that way. So we get x squared minus 5x plus x minus 5. Sorry, that was plus x minus 5. Combine like terms, we have y equals 3 times x squared minus 5 plus x is minus 4x minus 5. And now we can distribute that 3. So we get y equals 3x squared minus 12x minus 15. So we have successfully converted to standard form. So that is it. We've done 4 examples. The first example was intercept form, given the a value. Second was vertical vertex form. Third was horizontal vertex form. And the fourth example was again intercept form, but this time we had to find our a value.